Welcome. I am Natalie Wanjiru in Nairobi, and we welcome our viewers from around the world and in the country to Let's Talk Nairobi. This is a show that talks about major global issues including art and culture, politics, education, science and technology, and sports. On to our first story. Korea has achieved 100% literacy success levels over the past few years despite its horrid past. This, however, has not come without many challenges. Students are under enormous and relentless pressure to perform. It is a culture that believes in hard work and diligence above all. There is no excuse for failure. Children study year-round, both in and out of school with tutors. If you study hard enough, you can be smart enough. That is their motto. Netherlands is said to be one of the top education systems in the world, with Dutch students being the happiest in the world, according to studies done by UNICEF in 2013. Their schools typically don't give homework until secondary level, and even those at those higher levels report little pressure and stress. They have recently added that playtime and recreational time is of high value to their students on both lower and higher levels, so that they can find time and a way to learn to balance things out between their interests and what they need to learn. They let their children breathe and give them time to participate in their interests and hobbies because those are deemed important too in the Netherlands. Education is a major global issue faced around the world today, especially in third world countries. One of the major issues is the expense of education, and especially in countries facing conflict. These are issues that directly affect us here in Kenya. The arts and creative studies have recently been removed from the local syllabus, while our country faces major conflict and corruption. These factors leave those in public schools at a major disadvantage from those who can afford the luxury of private education. To share your opinions with us, tweet us on Let's Talk Nairobi on Twitter. That's at Let's Talk Nairobi on Twitter, and use the hashtag Let's Talk. For now, let's speak to our correspondent down at Daystar University.
I am here at the Daystar University, and the talk is going on about art being scraped off the curriculum. Students are very disappointed. Students are very, they feel disgruntled because art being taken off the curriculum means that most people will have their creativity stifled, and they do not understand why you would break their dream where they're supposed to be creating it. Because in a school, that's where you create your dreams, that's where you make your career, and art being scraped off means that so many people are going to lose their, feel like they're losing their direction already. Therefore, it is not a well thought out. They're saying that it is not a well thought out gesture, because then they are not going to be able to, I mean, many people are building their careers off of art, and since it is not taking place anymore, then they are at a disadvantage.
Thank you, Carol. And before you leave, do you think our syllabus has a future, and do you think it can improve for the sake of our children?
I am an artist myself, and I think it is rather unfair. I've been enjoying art in all forms, from the coloring back in kindergarten to acting right now as I am. I enjoy it, and therefore it being taken off the curriculum is just really unfair to students who really lean towards the artistic side. Not everyone is very into books, not everyone is book smart. There are people who really know how, like to work with their hands, with their voices, acting, singing. Therefore, art being taken off the curriculum, it's not really fair, and it should be brought back. In fact, it should be magnified.
Last question. Do you think, was there any student that you came across who had different thoughts?
There was you're going to come across such students. I came across one who is not even fazed by the fact that art has been scraped off, because they feel like they do not have a talent, and they enjoy more so he's an introvert, therefore he does not feel like it will affect him in any way. So yes, of course, I'm sure there are people who share the view that, or they actually do not care if art is removed. So yes.
Thank you again, Carol. So send us your tweets on @Let'sTalkNairobi, and remember to use the hashtag @Let'sTalkNairobi. Remember, the conversation is about the removal and the erasing of art and creative studies completely from our syllabus in public schools. And now we read from some of your opinions on social media. From Jane Masharia: I think this is a law that has not been well thought out. It seems clumsy and inconsiderate to future generations. Many youth have found bearing in the creative arts, and they are only yet to inspire. What is happening right now is just set us further behind than we already are from the rest of the world. Thank you, Jane Masharia. In the meantime, as you tweet us, we have 3 panelists in studio with us today who will tell us what their views are on the education system that is currently happening in our Kenyan syllabus. We welcome you, Ouma Jini from NEC, Kosu from Daystar University, Ginger Gilo, a parent of a prominent artist. A question to you: what are your thoughts on the new laws? Erasing art and studies from our Kenyan syllabus?
Hi, my name is Kosu from Daystar University. It has been a disappointment because art is removed from the Kenyan curriculum. This is due to the fact that private schools have better opportunities than people in public schools, and it is for the government to ensure that everyone has equal opportunities.
With these new laws, do you think Kenya has a future in art and entertainment?
Of course, there's so many people who have so much talent, and personally, if the government can be able to execute their ideas and make it possible for everyone to accept the fact that it is a culture that is nurtured, then we will be able to grow.
Do you think the careers of future generations are secured under such laws?
For now, it's not really secure because it's become a barrier for students who are trying to have opportunities, and the government will intervene. It will be better for these students to have a chance.
All right, thank you. Let's get some of your insights from our social media pages. Jackson Ouma says, the old dogs need to let the children play and explore what they really want. The government cannot dictate the lives of people they barely know. The whole system is messed up. Beatrice tells us, this man will be the end of this generation. What happened to nurturing the youth and their talents? I, as a journalist, have used creative arts to get to where I am now, and it will be a huge disadvantage for future generations to not be able to have access to art and creative studies to do whatever it is that they want to do. So I am not for these laws, and it is my hope that art and creative studies are put back into the syllabus on all spectrums of school. The conversation continues in the country and to all those concerned. And remember, does the government have the right to dictate what our children should or shouldn't learn? Do you think we will ever catch up with the rest of the world? And if we continue to take our education syllabus so lightly, do we really have a future? There is a disconnect. Where is it? Let us know on Let's Talk Nairobi, at Let's Talk Nairobi on Twitter, and do not forget to use the hashtag Let's Talk Nairobi. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am your host, Natalie Wanjiru, on Let's Talk Nairobi. See you next time.